Taehyung's car was driving fast. There were 4 cars behind his car and 3 cars in front of him, and in that car were his bodyguards. Taehyung, what happened to the London project? Cold tone. Daniel, boss, we will get that project. Don't worry. Daniel is Taehyung's assistant. Taehyung, okay. Taehyung started moving his fingers faster on his laptop again. Daniel, does not this man get tired? He keeps working all the time. He was thinking this in his mind when suddenly he heard the sound of gunshot. Daniel, boss, are you okay? Taehyung, give me my gun. Daniel, boss, we have to get out of here. There are so many of them. We won't be able to handle them all. Taehyung, they themselves have come to die, so how will I live without killing them all? Smirk. Daniel, boss, but Taehyung, do what I said. Don't use your brain too much. Daniel, mind, looks like today is my last day. Taehyung, I said give me my gun. His voice was very cold. Daniel gets scared after hearing this such a cold tone. Daniel, sorry boss. Taehyung stares at him. Daniel gives the gun to Taehyung. Taehyung started firing at the car that was firing at them. Daniel stopped them from coming near the boss's car. He tells all the bodyguards on walkie-talkie. Saying this, he starts firing at the enemy's cars. Within a short time, all of Taehyung's bodyguards had killed the enemy. Taehyung starts getting out of the car. Daniel, boss, you should not get out of the car right now. Taehyung gets out of the car without listening to Daniel. Daniel, why does not he ever listen to me? He gets out of the car and starts following Taehyung. Taehyung, who sent them? Cold voice. Boss, we are asking him, but he is not telling. Taehyung, who sent you all? He starts pressing his shoes on the man's hand, causing the man to scream in pain. Please leave me. I really don't know. We just follow our boss's orders. Taehyung, then you are of no use to me. He shoots that man. He shoots him right in the middle of the forehead. Daniel, boss, the car has arrived. We should leave now. The condition of the entire car had deteriorated due to the firing, so Daniel had already called and asked to bring another car. Taehyung, quickly find out who tried to attack me. Daniel, yes boss. He starts moving towards the car when someone shoots him. Daniel, boss. He turns towards him. Daniel, doctor, how is the boss? Why, now he is fine. Daniel, can I meet him? Why, he has not come to his senses yet. When he does, you can meet him. Daniel, okay, thank you doctor, you know that. Daniel. Daniel had fallen asleep while sitting on a chair outside Taehyung's room when he woke up when he heard Taehyung calling his name loudly. Daniel, what happened now? He hurries to Taehyung's room. Daniel, what happened boss? Taehyung, what is this nurse doing in my room? He says very angrily. Daniel, boss, sorry. I fell asleep and this nurse came into your room. Taehyung, get her out of here. Daniel, yes boss. The nurse was trembling with fear after seeing Taehyung so angry. When, what's going on here? Everyone starts looking in the direction of the sound. When, nurse, what's going on here? Strict tone. Nurse, doctor, when I came here to check on sir started shouting angrily after seeing me. When, okay, you can go. I will check on him. Nurse, yes doctor. Saying this, she walked out of the room. You went to him. When, Mr. Taehyung, how are you feeling now? Daniel, what is this doctor doing here now? He said through gritted teeth. Daniel, boss, your operation was done yesterday by this doctor. He speaks fearfully. It means she must have touched me. Daniel, boss, there was no male doctor available yesterday. You can't even do a single thing, he says angrily. Mr. Tang, you are not okay. You should not be so angry. You just leave. Mr. Tang, you should talk to me politely. I am not your employee. You will say anything and I will listen to you. You speak very angrily. Taehyung was very angry at you because no one had ever talked to him like that before. Daniel mind, oh no, don't know what the boss will do now. Daniel, get me out of here right now. I am also not interested in treating a rude person like you. Saying this, you walked out of the room. Why are you looking at me now? Go and prepare my discharge papers. Daniel, yes boss. Daniel left the room. Taehyung's full name is Kim Taehyung, who is the CEO of Kim Enterprise. He is a very rude person. He hates girls. He does not allow any girl to come closer to him. He has not even hired a single female employee in his company. On the other hand, there is you who is the cold doctor, but you were not like that before, but ever since your lover died, you have started behaving coldly and do not talk to anyone. You were sleeping in your room when some people slowly enter your room. Lija, if she woke up, Lija, relax darling, she won't wake up. Lily, what if she gets angry with us? Lija, nothing will happen. Lily and Lisa are your best friends. They are also doctors. They live in the same apartment with you. After some time, Lija, are you ready? Lily, yes. They both count 1, 2, 3 and then yell happy birthday, which make you wake up. They both hugged you and said happy birthday. When your eye fell on the cake kept in front of you and the decoration of the room, your eye turned red with anger. What's all this nonsense? You said angrily. Lija, why are you so angry? Why do you two do all this when you both know I don't like celebrating birthdays? Lija, how long are you going to keep hurting yourself by remembering that thing? Go right now. I don't want to talk to you too, Lily, but you listen to us at least once. I said go now, you say very angrily. They leave the room. Then when your eyes fall on the cake, you throw it in anger and then go to the balcony. Lily, how long will she keep hurting herself while missing him? Lija, I think until someone comes into her life who can pull her out of her memories of Jungkook and give her love. Lily, I hope someone comes into her life who can free her from the memories of Jungkook. Actually, 3 years ago, your boyfriend died on your birthday. Since that day, you never celebrate your birthday. Doctor, happy birthday. Do you come here to work or say happy birthday? No expression on face. Saying this, you went to your cabin. Lija, don't take offense to what she said. The nurse nodded and left from there. Lily, how long will she be cold to everyone? May I come, sir? Jim, come in. Jim is a senior doctor. When, sir, you called me? Jin, yes. Miss Wan, come sit. When, sir, there is some important work for which you have called me? Jin, yes, Miss Wan. You have to stay at Mr. Taehyung's house and treat him. When, sir, I can't cure him. Jin, if it were anyone else, I would not ask you to leave. But this is Mr. Taehyung, CEO of Kim Enterprise. When, but sir, he does not like any girls to touch him, then how can I treat him? Jin, but he himself asked to send you. When, but sir. Jin, please When, don't refuse. When, okay sir. Your car stops outside a big luxurious mansion. That mansion was very beautiful. If someone sees it, they just keep looking. But it did not make any difference to you. You get out of the car and Daniels comes up to you. Daniel, doctor, did you face any problem in coming? When? No, cold tone. There was no expression on your face. Daniel mind, why do I find such an emotionalness person? When? Mr. Daniels, where is your attention? Daniel, sorry doctor, let me take you to the boss. Daniel walks ahead and you followed him. Daniel, doctor, this is boss's room. You can go inside. Saying this, he goes away from there. You opened the door and went inside the room. Then you saw that Taehyung was sleeping on the bed. You were looking at him without saying anything. Taehyung, doctor, don't look at me so lovingly. Otherwise you will fall in love with me. He says without opening his eyes. When, Mr. Taehyung, that means you are not sleeping. Cold tone. Taehyung, I was sleeping but woke up because of you. You stare at Taehyung. Taehyung, doctor, I said don't look at me like that, otherwise you will fall in love with me. When, Mr. Taehyung, you seem to be a very self-obsessed person. Taehyung, doctor, do the work you came here for. He speaks in a very threatening voice, but you ignore him and start changing his bandage. Taehyung mind, I brought her here to bother me, but she is bothering me. When, open the shirt, cold tone. Taehyung, why should I open my shirt? He said while holding his shirt. When, Mr. Taehyung, the bullet is near your chest too. I will be able to change your bandage only if you open your shirt. There was no emotion on your face when you said this. Taehyung tries to open his shirt but can't because his hand was also short. Taehyung, you leave it, I'll do it. You opened the buttons of his shirt and started changing the bandage of his chest. Taehyung was staring at you because earlier, whenever any girls would come closer to him, he would get very angry and he would push her away from him. But when you touch him, he feels something different which he had not felt till date. Taehyung mind, what kind of feeling is this? When it's done, you rest now. I will come after some times and check you. Saying this, you start to leave when Taehyung hold your hand. When, Mr. Taehyung, why did you hold my hand? You said a little angrily. Taehyung, now who will wear me a shirt? When, call the servant. He will dress you. Taehyung, you have opened my shirt, so you will make me wear the shirt. You stare at Taehyung, but he does not care. Taehyung, now stop staring at me and put me in shirt. You stare at Taehyung, then you start putting the shirt on him. Whenever your hand touched Taehyung's body, Taehyung's heart started beating faster. Taehyung mind, why is my heart beating so fast when she touches me? When done, can I go now? Taehyung, there is a room next to my room. From today, you will stay there. When, okay, saying this, you walk out of the room. Taehyung, why did not I have any problem with her coming closer to me? Daniel was sitting comfortably on the couch when he got a call from Taehyung. Daniel, hello boss. Taehyung, why has not my dinner arrived yet? Cool tone. Daniel, boss, I'll bring your dinner right now. Taehyung, there is no need for you to bring dinner. Send her to the room with dinner. Daniel, who are you talking about, boss? Taehyung, about Miss Ryan. Daniel, boss, she won't do that. Taehyung, that is your problem, not mine. And yes, if she does not come to my room with dinner in 5 minutes, then you resign from your job. Saying this, he disconnected the call. Daniel, why does he always give me impossible tasks? He says irritably. You were resting in your room when someone knocks on your door. When you open the door, you see Daniel in front of you. When? What happened? Daniel, it's the boss's dinner. Go and give it to him. When? It is not my work. Cold voice. Daniel's mind. What should I do now? Worried. Daniel, but this is the boss's order. I can't do anything. Saying this, he hands you the plate of food and walk away so fast that you don't even get a chance to say anything to him. You enter his room without knocking. Taehyung, you came before time. Smirk. When, Mr. Taehyung, what a joke is this? You said angrily. Taehyung, what happened, doctor? Why are you looking so angry? When, Mr. Taehyung, I am not in a joking mood. Taehyung, I am not kidding either, doctor. When, Mr. Taehyung, if you are not kidding me, then why did your assistant ask me to bring your dinner to your room? Taehyung, I said him this. When, and why did you say that? May I know? Taehyung, because I was hungry, that's why. When, so you could have asked someone else to bring you your dinner. Taehyung, no one is allowed in my room. When, then how come you allowed me into your room? Taehyung, because you are my doctor, that's why. You glared at him, because right now Taehyung seemed like an annoying person. Taehyung, now stop staring at me and come and feed me. When, why should I feed you? Taehyung, because I am injured and I can't eat with my own hands. When, then you tell your servant, he will feed you. Taehyung, doctor, it seems your memory is weak. When, what do you mean? Taehyung, doctor, I just told you that no one is allowed in my room. When, I am not going to feed you. Taehyung, okay then, I'll tell the hospital you are not taking good care of me. He dials the number. When, wait, don't call, I'll feed you. You say irritably. Taehyung, feed me quickly, I'm very hungry. Taehyung was sitting at the dining table when his eyes fall on you coming down the stairs and he just stares at you. Daniel, boss, boss. When Daniels called him several times and he still does not say anything, he looks in the direction Taehyung was looking. Daniel, has the boss fallen in love with this cool doctor? He whispered. When, Mr. Taehyung, did you take medicine? You said coming closer to him. Taehyung, what did you say? When, have you taken medicine? Taehyung, no. When, it's 9 in the morning and you still haven't taken your medicine. you are such a careless man. Scold. Daniel mind. Does this doctor want to die? Who is scolding the boss? Taehyung, I was waiting for you, so I did not eat, did not even take medicine. Daniel was about to have a heart attack after hearing this from Taehyung. 1. There is no need for you to wait for me, Mr. Taehyung, cool tone. Taehyung becomes sad after hearing this. Seeing Taehyung's sad face, Daniel wanted to laugh a lot, but he did not because he knew what Taehyung would do to him if he laughed. Taehyung, when I love you, can you marry me? He was proposing to you by getting down on his knees. When, yes, as soon as Taehyung hears your yes, he hugs you. Taehyung, I am very happy. He was hugging you and saying, when, me too, Daniel, boss. Taehyung comes to his senses after hearing Daniel's voice. Daniel, boss, are you okay? Taehyung, I am fine. Now tell me, why did you come to my cabin? Daniel, boss, you have a meeting right now. Taehyung, you go, I'll be come in a little while. Daniel, okay boss. Saying this, he walks out of the cabin. Taehyung, this means I was dreaming. He speaks sadly. Taehyung, I've fell in love with you so deeply that I've started daydreaming. Taehyung, who hated girls, fell in love with a cold doctor. He only thought about you all the time. After the meeting is over, Daniel, what happened, boss? Are you not feeling well? He asked this question because Taehyung was not able to concentrate at all in the meeting, and it was the first time that Taehyung was behaving like this. Taehyung, I am fine. You don't need to worry about me. Daniel, okay boss. Saying this, he starts looking at the file. Taehyung, let's go to the hospital. Daniel, boss, but you yourself said a while ago that you were fine. So why do you want to go to the hospital? Taehyung, you are hurt, so we are going to the hospital. Daniel, but boss, I am not hurt. On hearing this, he picks up the knife and makes a cut on Daniel's palm, due to which Daniel's palm starts bleeding. Taehyung, now that's your hurts. Let's go to the hospital. Hearing this, Daniels look at Taehyung in disbelief. Wine, Mr. Daniels, how did you get that injury? Daniel looks at Taehyung, who was busy looking at you. Daniel mind, the boss did this to me just to see you. Wine, Mr. Daniel, what happened? You are not responding? Daniel, doctor, I was cutting fruit and then I got hurt. Wine, be careful whenever you cut fruit. Daniel, yes, doctor. Daniel mind, don't know what else I will have to face because of the boss. When it's done. Daniel, thank you doctor. When it's my duty. When Mr. Taehyung, how are you feeling now? Taehyung, I guess I am still not okay. When don't worry Mr. Taehyung, your injury will be completely healed in a few days. Taehyung was saying this because he wanted you to stay at his house again and treat him. Taehyung, okay, when? Even today, Taehyung had come to the hospital to get treatment for one of his bodyguards. Actually, Taehyung himself used to injure his bodyguards and bring them to the hospital so that he could meet you. Daniel, boss, why don't you propose, madam? Then you won't have to do all this. Taehyung stared at Daniel. Daniel, sorry boss. He lowered his head. Then Taehyung's eyes fall on you. A smile appears on Taehyung's face when he sees you. He starts getting closer to you. Then he sees a doctor come to hug you. Seeing this, he clenches his fist in anger. Tang, when, Mr. Tang, you here? Tang, who is he? He was asking you like he was your husband. When, this is Dr. Min Yoongi, who works with me. Yoongi, hello Mr. Tang, he said while shaking hands with Taehyung. Taehyung, nice to meet you, Mr. Yoongi. Taehyung stared at Yoongi like he is his worst enemy. Yoongi also stared at Taehyung. Daniel, boss, madam is here. What are you doing? Whispered. Seeing Taehyung so angry, Daniel interrupts. Taehyung, when would you please check my bodyguard? He has a pain in his arm. When, sure, come to my cabin. Saying this, he goes towards her cabin. Taehyung, stay away from her, he says angrily. Yoongi, why should I stay away from her? Taehyung, I love her so you stay away from her. Yoongi, but she does not love you, so why should I stay away from her? And on top of that, I love her too, so there is no point in me staying away from her. Hearing this, Taehyung grabbed the collar of Taehyung's shirt. Taehyung, stay away from her, otherwise he threatens him. Yoongi, Mr. Taehyung, I am not afraid of your threat. If you have the courage, make her fall in love with you. Saying this, he goes away from there. Taehyung was staring at him angrily. You were waiting for the bus when a car stops in front of you. Taehyung, you get in the car. I'll drop you to your house. Well, no thanks. I'll handle it. Taehyung, do you not believe me? Well, no, Mr. Taehyung, it's not like that. Taehyung, then get in the car. I'll drop you home. Well, Mr. Taehyung, your bodyguard is not with you today. Taehyung, yes. After 30 minutes. Well, thank you, Mr. Taehyung, for giving me a lift. Saying this, you start leaving. Then your leg gets twisted and you start groaning in pain. Taehyung immediately gets out of the car and comes over to you. Taehyung, what happened? Are you okay? When my leg got twisted. Taehyung picks you up and starts walking towards your apartment. When Mr. Taehyung, what are you doing? Taehyung, shut up and let me do what I am doing. Lily opens the door and is shocked to see you in Taehyung's arms. Taehyung, hello miss, will you give way to me? Taehyung says in a cold tone. Although he spoke softly to you, but he still treated other girls so coldly. Lily, sorry, please come. Taehyung walks you into the room. Taehyung started meeting you every day on some pretext or the other. You also slowly started forgetting Jungkook. Slowly your cold behavior also started changing. Taehyung was smiling at a photo of you when Jimin and J-Hope entered the cabin without knocking. Jimin, J-Hope and Taehyung are childhood best friends. Oh my god, what did I see? Taehyung looks at Jimin after hearing Jimin's voice. Taehyung, what are you two doing here? Jimin, first tell me what are you seeing that are making you smile so much? Saying this, he takes the photo from Taehyung's hand. Taehyung, Jimin, what kind of behavior is this? Jimin, you used to hate girls. Then why are you smiling at a girl's photo? Tease. J-Hope, Taehyung was looking at the girl's photo. He took the photo from Jimin and looked at it. Taehyung, give me that photo. Jimin, I won't give you the photo until you tell me who she is and why you have her photo. Taehyung, I love her. Jimin, what? J-Hope, does she love you? Taehyung, I don't know. J-Hope, then you should tell her about your feelings. You were getting out of Taehyung's car when Taehyung grabbed your hand. Taehyung, I have something to tell you. When? Say what you want to say. Taehyung, I love you. When? Are you kidding me? Taehyung, I'm not kidding. I really love you. When? But I don't love you. Saying this, you went out of the car. Taehyung, when? Listen to me. Taehyung was trying to call you, but you were not picking up his calls and ignoring him. Lily, look Lisa, it's Mr. Taehyung's engagement today. It's showing on the news. Lisa, don't you still have something to do? She looks at you and says, when? Why should I do anything? Lisa, don't you really love him? When? I don't love him. Lisa, you have one last chance. If you lost it today, you will never get another chance. Taehyung was getting ready when you entered his room. When, after proposing to me, you are going to get engaged to someone else? Taehyung, you were the one who said that you don't love me. When, then I say yes, you break this engagement right now. Taehyung, but I can't break this engagement. When, and why can't you break this engagement? Taehyung, because I love her. You stare at Taehyung. When? Then I should get out of here. You start to leave the room when Taehyung grabs your hand. When? Leave my hand. Taehyung, if you leave, then who will get engaged to me? He whispered in your ear. When? What do you mean? Taehyung, you are the one to whom I was going to get engaged today. He winked. You come out of the hospital and see Taehyung standing near the car. When Tae surprised, you hugged him, smiled. When you told me you would come after 2 days. Taehyung, if I had come 2 days later, I would not have been able to see the smile on my wife's face. He hugged you tightly. When I love you, Taehyung, I love you too. Just then Taehyung's eyes fall on Yoongi who was leaving the hospital. He also sees both of you. So Taehyung hugs you even more tightly. The one he wants to tell that you are his only. Yoongi smiles and walks away. If life gives us a second chance, then we should accept it and move forward.